Hey there, angry faithful. I just wanted to drop in, bend your ear a little bit, get your attention. So if you're not listening, drop what you're doing and pay attention to me because I'm here to inform you that not only can you get your daily, maybe if you're binging it, I'm not sure, that's entirely up to you, but you can multiply your doses of angry me fuckery by paying attention to all of the platforms upon which you can find either the dulcet tones of my voice and David's voice or my pretty face and David's not so pretty face. Anyways, digressing, we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, we're on Rumble, we're on Google, Apple Podcast. We have a TikTok page. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and of course Facebook. So if you find yourself fuckery deprived, curl up with a nice hot mug of shut the fuck up and just listen. Open those ear holes and be prepared to be cream pied like it's the first time. Thanks for listening.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Today on Psychos and Sociopaths, we're going to talk about Dr. Raynaldo Rivera Ortiz Jr. This is one Johnny picked out probably about a month and a half ago, and I just finally found the data for it because I was looking for it, and I forgot who it was, so it's our fault. But one other thing that we wanted to clarify today is Shalish Ortiz Monroe. Shalish Monroe. Sorry about that. My dyslexia hit up. I don't know where I was. Okay, Shalish Monroe. I hope I got that name right. She actually messaged one of the things on Sociopaths, Billy Chimmermer, and yes, I'm gonna keep on doing that. I know you hate it, Johnny, but it's gonna keep on happening. I reached out. I tried to reach out to her. I commented on the comment. So if you're listening, check our email address. Get a hold of us. I mean, we got Facebook and Instagram. We'll pick it up.
Chelsea Monroe. Yeah. She said this was a day ago. So would have loved to hear your actual thoughts on the case. The fact that the Texas coroners rarely come out to the scene of deaths over 65 and almost always just rule them as natural causes, many times over the phone. That is the literal definition of phoning it in. They don't even do autopsies. I mean, I get that they've got a lot of work to do nowadays. 65 isn't that old. People are still thriving at that age and living longer lives, and would have liked to hear about the mistrial and whatnot. I'm a true crime script writer, so I'm not doing research into this.
Most
into
of the
this
research
case right now. Yes, into this case right now. Not many people are talking about this case, which is weird considering his kill count. I mean, hell, Eileen Wuornos killed less people, and she's been talked about and analyzed to death by everyone. This guy seems way more prolific to me. Anyway, love y'all's videos. So Chelsea, first and foremost, thank you.
Yes, very, very much. Thank you.
You're gonna give that another like there. But yeah, Chelsea, I mean, we would reach out to David.
It's in the emails. Just email us. We'll do an episode. We'll do a review episode, and if anything, we'll get a little bit of a
yeah. I mean, we can. I don't have any problem revisiting this case. Definitely talking about the mistrial, things of that nature. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, we are, for lack of a better term, rank amateurs at best. So, let's, if you're a person that writes these things, by all means, please, we would love to have somebody jump in and give us their take on it. It's refreshing that somebody actually interacted with our video.
Yes, especially since we haven't been getting that much reaction other than people actually telling us. And I think to hands down on that, I think the reason why we don't see a lot of it, because we have two subscribers, and I've been wanting to do like, hey, this person just subscribed to our page and everything. Apparently YouTube is bogged down with data or something. I don't know what's happening. Uh, I wasn't able to go out and say, hey, these people subscribe to our show. Thank you guys so much. I've been wanting to do that. So the best way to get us, email, Facebook, Instagram, uh
We
TikTok's
may
another
even, yeah.
TikTok's not even another one we can do either. You have to actually we have to be friends with them and they have to be friends with us just to get a message through us.
Yeah, well, once we get
But
up to 1,000 subscribers, well, I think it's 100 subscribers, or is it 1,000? I cannot remember. On TikTok, um, we can do a live video on TikTok where we can actually
yeah,
have,
we have
you know,
265, I think now, so we can do the live.
let me see here. My,
But
let me,
while you're looking at that, just I mean, I'm always on Twitter now again. Uh, it's it's literally a crap show most of the time, and just we have a lot of ways for people to actually get a hold of us. So just get a hold of us. Uh, leave a message. We'll get back to you as fast as possible. Uh, work. I'm not really supposed to have my phone on me. Never happens
right.
ever. But yeah, just if you feel like, hey, I want to say something, and I said this in the last episode. If you want to come on the show or whatnot, whatever, I have no problems with it. Johnny doesn't have any problems with it.
Now,
Uh,
currently on my TikTok profile, Socks Daddy 77, I have 2,505 followers.
Jesus, really? How do you?
Yeah. Um,
We have like three on. Oh, TikTok. Yeah, okay.
yeah, on TikTok. Now, comparatively speaking, there's my wife, Mindy Renee, 1979, 10,500 followers on TikTok.
She needs to promote us.
Right? She does. She needs to promote us. Um,
I'm not feeling the love from your
I
woman.
mean, I may have to start withholding things. No, that's just punishing myself too.
Pretty
Um, huh?
pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's that one TikTok that's got the sound. It's like, what? No, no, no more dick for you. What? And then the girl breaks down. No, that doesn't happen in real life. So, so, uh, yeah. Like the video that I've got that's got the most views on it had the sound taken down.
Oh, he does. Yeah, it's
There
fuckery.
was, did you just come inside of me? You bet your sweet bippy I did. And then I slammed the gas door shut. But that video is back up on other people's videos.
Yeah. I'm surprised Tansy's is not. Tansy's one is like 53.8.
Really?
Yeah, 53.8.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Now,
right. That's right.
and the
That's,
comments are trash.
oh,
Just
the comments are just
there's a line that people don't understand, that what it is to be a police officer, even if you have experience and everything,
mhm.
uh, you still freak out. It's like they think every police officer is a robot, and they already know all the stuff. I mean, I've had combat people, uh, even one combat vet I know definitely said this. He's like, man, I had the young bucks trying to go out, and they were just looking at me. and I was looking at them. We're all firing. And then after it's said and done, we got a debrief. It's like, man, thank God we were paying attention to you. You were doing what you're supposed to do. It's like, dude, I had no idea what I was fucking doing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right? Like,
And
I'm
that
just
was
faking it telling me. See, okay. So one of the things that they don't tell you in basic, but when you kind of figure out either on your own or you have a very wise senior enlisted, senior lower enlisted, or very wise NCO comes along tells you is that especially as it relates to like the infantry or combat arms, whether you're MP, artillery, combat engineer. No, I did not say Cav Scouts because they're not basically infantry. They're just, yeah.
even
Anyways,
one of them, like a couple of them, got in the Medal of Honor in the same instance. But yeah, go ahead.
you ask any infantryman that's worth their salt if whether or not Cav is worth anything at all, and they're going to be like, they're not basically anything. And a Cav Scout will tell you we're basically infantry. No, you're fucking not. But I digress. When you walk into the room, act like you know what you're doing. Like when I walk into it, like, okay, so I've been told on several occasions by not only my stepkids, my wife, my sister-in-law, uh, the extended family down here, it's like you walk into a room, you act like you own the place. I'm like, let me tell you something. When I walk into a room, if I go to a party and I walk into a room, I go to I go to where the people I want to hang around with are, and I don't go looking for people that want to hang out with me. That's all there is to it, right? We had some solar panel guys come over to the house a few days ago, and they were like, "Well, how old are you?" And I told them I'm 45, and they're like, "Yeah, there's no way you're 45." And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "What?" So yeah, they were like, they legitimately asked me what my secret was, and I was like, "Hey, look, man." I said, "You see that field over there?" And they actually looked. I was like, "Yeah, that field over there, that's the field where I grow my fucks. Notice that it's barren." And they were like, "Oh man," like the light bulb went off in their head, you know. And so, just like, holy crap!
It's almost as good as I was playing video games with one of my other airmen when I was in Kuwait. I was like, hey dude, uh, and this is after I just demolished him. I was like, hey dude, might want to bend down and pick that up. He's like, what? Okay. He goes down, looks for it. He's like, there's nothing there. I was like, oh no, it's that punk card I just gave you. You need to go ahead and pick that up and just put it in your pocket. Yeah, it was a good moment for me.
You know, I mean, it's moments like that where I just kind of like remember errands that I run throughout the course of the day. And like the other day, I saw a balloon. It was one of those Mylar balloons,
Mm-hmm.
and it spat out the word fuck. And I said, look, it's a flying fuck. Alas, it's not mine to give.
All right.
Yeah. See,
Let's get into this case before
that's okay. So
we,
kind of
we we've gone too
paraphrasing
far.
here. Yes. So we can get back to the subject at hand. The reason why people are tuning in, the reason why we're even filming this episode to begin with, to paraphrase the lost in the weeds moment that we just had, is the secret to the fountain of youth is to have as little fucks to give as humanly possible. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a dark coping mechanism. What if you need to care? Well, you pick your battles, but for the most part, there's
Yeah.
zero to give. I mean, and what I do have to give are allocated for other things. So there you go.
Honestly, okay. One last thing, and we'll do this quick. I'm starting to get freaked out of the Google listening shit to where everything just pops up stuff that you need. Because I was just talking to Chris about the whole
Mm-hmm.
item system to for his for the cast. And that's the only thing that's popping up for all the ads. So, But anyways, this is a Dallas anesthesiologist. I got that right. I'm so glad. Accused of injecting drugs into IVs, causing death. A Dallas anesthesiologist was arrested on charges allegedly that he injected nerve blocking agents. This is basically Vicky Don Jackson again. If you took up our Psychos and Sociopath first episode, but he also put other drugs into the bag intravenously, fluids, at the surgical center where he works, which led to the death of a coworker and caused cardiac emergency for several patients. Authorities announced Thursday. Now, this happened September 14th, 2022. So this year in September. And we're going to have to leave this open-ended. Like, I don't know if you said it on the show, but we'll leave this open-ended. We still got to get a little bit more data from this. But Dr. Raynaldo Rivera Ortiz Jr. was arrested Wednesday.
You got to roll your tongue on that one, man. I mean,
Raynaldo Rivera Ortiz.
My name is Antonio Montoya.
Yeah.
You killed my father.
No, but was arrested Wednesday on a criminal complaint alleging that he tampered with customers' products, causing death and initial drug adulteration. That's adulteration, right?
Adulteration.
Yeah, adulteration.
What? Thank you, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. According to the statement from the U.S. Attorney Office for the North District of Texas, if convicted, he could be sentenced to life imprisonment. Ortiz, 59, remained in Dallas County Jail without bond on that Thursday. Records don't list any attorney for him, which he probably has now. Let me see something real quick. Hey, Johnny, can you finish that out while I look up some other stuff?
Yeah, Ortiz, 59, remained in the Dallas County Jail without bond on Thursday. Records don't list an attorney for him. Now, according to the criminal complaint, a 55-year-old female co-worker of Ortiz experienced a medical emergency and died June 21st, immediately after treating herself for dehydration with an IV bag of what she thought was a saline taken from the surgical center. Now, an autopsy found that she died from a lethal dose of bipcovane, a nerve-blocking drug that is rarely abused but is often used when anesthetic is given. Now, on August 24th, an 18-year-old male patient experienced a cardiac emergency during routine sinus surgery, was intubated and transferred to an intensive care unit. Now, chemical analysis from the fluid from a saline bag used during his surgery revealed the presence of bipcovane, a stimulant epinephrine, or the stimulant epinephrine, and the topical anesthetic lidocaine, drugs that would have caused the patient's sudden symptoms, according to prosecutors. The surgical staff center concluded that the incident suggested a pattern of intentional adoration of IV bags used at the center. They identified 10 additional unexpected cardiac emergencies that occurred during otherwise unremarkable surgeries between May and August, which was an exceptionally high rate of complications over such a short period of time, according to the complaint. Now, incidents began 2 days after Ortiz was notified of a disciplinary inquiry of an incident during which he allegedly deviated from the standard of care during an anesthesia procedure when a patient experienced a medical emergency. Ortiz, who had a history of disciplinary actions against him, expressed concern to other physicians over the disciplinary action and complained that the center was trying to, quote, crucify him. The complaint alleges that all of the incidences occurred around the same time Ortiz performed services at the facility, but none happened while he was on vacation. In one instance, captured in the surveillance video, agents observed him walking quickly from an operating room to an IV bag warmer, placing a bag inside, visually scanning the empty hallway, and walking quickly away. Just over an hour later, a 56-year-old woman suffered a cardiac emergency during a scheduled cosmetic surgery after a bag from the warmer was used during her procedure, according to the complaint.
Yeah, they actually have a video of that on YouTube, footage from the United States Attorney's Office.
So In
Texas.
another instance recorded on video, agents saw Ortiz leave his operating room with an IV bag concealed in what appeared to be a paper folder, swap the bag with another from the warmer, and walk away. Roughly half an hour later, a 54-year-old woman suffered a cardiac emergency during a scheduled cosmetic surgery after a bag from the warmer was used during her procedure. So, he kind of dipped from the well twice. Um, in the fact that, he works there. He knows that the cameras are present. So either A, he just didn't care, wanted to get caught, or he was completely oblivious to his surroundings, which tells us that situational awareness was not taught to him that day in Serial Murder University. So, uh, they've got him dead to rights, and
It's still being processed right
yeah,
now.
it's still being investigated. So,
What I
as
got,
far as like
what I got,
trying to go ahead.
what I got right now is the grand jury handed up indictments last week against Ortiz of 5 counts of tampering with customers' products and 5 counts of altering of drugs. Now, all this was the reckless discard of tampering with customers' product on August 4th, 9th, 16th, 19th, and 23rd. So this is only a month span of what he actually did. So, and this was actually dated man, I just had it right there. October 12th this year of that. And they have the footage up on Dallas Morning News.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, everything else is still in process. They ran an indictment, but they haven't gone like full born yet. So
Right. Um, but yeah, I actually kind of want to revisit this once his trial gets out there, because at that point, more um more details are going to be brought to the public eye, and we're going to be able to see, like victims' names. We're going to see exactly what happened, how
yeah,
many people are out there, and um, we'll be able to revisit this in the way that it needs to be. Now, this guy,
it
it's
sounded like Dickie Von Johnson, like round two. This I don't know why this is happening in Texas, but I'm actually afraid to go to the fucking doctor because of this shit.
yeah,
We get these kinds of cases all the time in Texas. And I hate
yeah,
to say it because there's a lot of good doctors, a lot of good nurses that won't hurt you, a lot of good EMSs and paramedics and medical staff out there that do their job, and like any kind of job, and I've praised this every time. There's a lot of assholes out there that get jobs they shouldn't fucking have jobs too.
yeah, exactly.
And I've had a lot of jobs that the people that I was with shouldn't have had those jobs, honestly. But yeah, I love to come back on this case. It's the, this is isn't this our like 4th one that it was done through the IV, and it was a medical staff that was doing this.
Yeah,
Talked to my sister about it today. This is like our 4th one that,
yeah.
and I think 3 of them in Dallas, 1 of them in Nocona that we've gone through so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the one in Nocona. But yeah, it's they say don't piss off your dentist. They say don't piss off your doctor. But not to give anesthesiologists a bad rap, because there's a ton of them out there that are great at their job.
yeah,
Absolutely outstanding at their job.
and we don't even go against cops. I mean, even though Johnny's have little bad things with cops, and we've had lots of cops on the show, and we've gotten along with them. It's just some we sometimes get those assholes in our vicinity, and they want to be assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Chris even sent me one where this cop ended up like chasing after a guy that he was filing a complaint about, and he had rightfully so a bad complaint. He was
Mm-hmm.
falsely calling him that he had alcohol in his breath, uh, and he filed a complaint. It's like, hey, this is the reason why. File a suit, went through court, and he ended up like literally chasing her after him. And he was on like Facebook Live where this cop is a straight trooper did this in like Louisiana. It was fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So there's shitty people out there everywhere.
Yeah, but um, you know, you know, I, we try to do the best that we can with profiling these killers on this show. Um, and given the information that we've got that's out there, I mean, a lot of it is conflicting, a lot of it is incorrect. Um, there's a lot of people who specialize in this subject matter, and I would love, absolutely love of to have people on the show. Um,
We've had a couple PCs. I can't say where what he actually does, but he was talking about getting a couple of FBI profilers too.
uh-huh.
And I actually think I might be able to pull it. I just the time frame where I was actually getting profiles, and I ended up getting Tansy, which was a godsend because I love Tansy.
Yeah.
But it was that time frame where they just raided Mar-a-Lago, and me and Tansy were talking about it after the show. It was like, oh shit, I got to revisit that case. I was like, I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Because he Eric Tansy, he does Failure Stop podcast. Check those guys out. But they go over like ridiculous cases and everything. And I've talked to Andrea a couple of times about a couple of cases that I've done, and she's like, "Oh wow, really? Yeah." And also did a video. One of the videos I sent her was the neurological uh pathways. I forget what. Oh, I don't talk to her that much, so I have a lot of stuff on to get to it. So it's not that bad. It's a Jim Fulton, no Fallon, Fallon. He did a TED talk about exploring the mind of a killer through neurology and psychology. And what he was talking about is the parts of the brain that don't get. I'll put in the link because it's long and drawn out. It's like 8 minutes on 8 minutes on here. But it just talks on how most of those killers, part of their brains are the ones that aren't functioning just right.
Right.
So when you say that boy's not right in the head, probably might not be right in the head. So
Dang it, Bobby.
that boy is not right in the head.
It's in the morning and that boy already ain't right.
So yeah, it's an interesting study. I mean, we just now was it Ed Gain? No, it was Kemper. Ed Kemper. There's too many.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big one on Mine Hunters, right?
Yeah.
Uh they did when he started telling the uh FBI of how reason why he killed, how he did it, the reasoning why. Because after he killed his mother, it was like a switch just went. Oh shit, I'm messing up. I shouldn't be doing this. and the guilt started going through and everything. So
Right.
that was his off switch, and now he's like a model prisoner because he's never getting out.
Right. Exactly.
So, but yeah, this is an interesting case. We will review it and come back. I mean, this is like our second one we have to go, do. No, third, because we got to do the one with. I need to revisit with uh Tombolo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, revisit that one. The guy that the MMA fighter that killed 4 people.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, everybody, I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And thank you for watching Psychos and Sociopaths.